Good morning, everybody. My name is Wim Laga. I'm from SAP Belgium, and what I will present you is the innovation scenario on the digital farming. Now, first of all, the setting. Farming is very cost intensive and farming margins are very low. So what we need to get is a situation where we can see which costs are made, that we can very much analyze in how far we are profitable on the fields, and especially what we want to do is bring lots of data together. Lots of data means data from the weather, data from tractors that are working in our fields, generated data, and that type of data is transported via telematics, for example. And what is new also is that we can put sensors into the field to analyze things like the moisture of the field, acidity of the field, so we can analyze the need for fertilizer or for humidity and so on. And we work for this demo, or we have been working for this demo together with Luciat. And Luciat is a partner of ours, technology partner, situated in Leuven, Belgium, and they provide software for real-time data visualized on geographical maps. And we will see immediately the result of that. So the demo starts here. We have a map of the world, we have some statistical information, for example, the percentage of gross domestic product for each individual country. This is the first start of the scenario, but what we really want to highlight is that the farm of tomorrow is very much different than the farm of today. The farm of tomorrow uses geographical maps, and we allow for this aerial view of all the fields that a farmer can exploit. In this aerial view, we are using the technology of geofencing. And geofencing allows to put coordinates on each point of the field so that we exactly know when certain data should be collected for a specific field. And all of that is, of course, presented in the HANA box and allows us to do analysis, allows us to do the geographical measurements and so on. So, very simple, very intuitive. That's also what we want to achieve, and nevertheless have big data in place. So first of all, from a farmer perspective, we can filter on the different fields that we have. And by doing so, we see the different activities that are planned on the fields, and certain activities have an urgency. And this urgency comes from the system itself, from the HANA platform itself, because in HANA we get the sensor data from the field, we get weather forecasts, we get lots of information that we bring together in a very intuitive way. So we see also certain activities that are planned, activities that are urgent. For example, fertilization. There are 9 fields where there's an urgency to do this action, and we see visually where we should do this. So from a farmer's perspective, very easy to plan activities, and planning is also made more easy than before by using field class. So we are going to put some fertilization on one of these fields, we add a task, we connect via field class to the contractors, and we see immediately which contractors are available to do the task. What's behind that is a big analysis, because the person needs to be available, the machines need to be available, and we can then start doing the planning. So we take Thomas, we say, Thomas, okay, this is a start date, end date, and I will send out also information to you, automatically, again via field class, because we know what has happened for that field in the past, in this year. We know also about humidity, so maybe the field is very wet, and as a contractor you should put other tires, otherwise the tractor will get stuck. Now when I plan this task, I can go into my live view, and that's also where Luciat will play a role, because the farm machine itself is generating big data. Big data from the machine, and you can see it starts to work here, because we measure fuel consumption, engine speed, wheelbase speed, and so on. All of that data is brought together within the geofence. So as soon as a tractor enters a geofence, the data is collected inside the HANA platform. And what's very comfortable for us also is that we can link this with mobility scenarios. So from farmer's perspective, we know when the contractor has entered our field, so when he has started to do the work, and we can also analyze how much fertilizer he uses, what is the fuel consumption and so on. And via Luciad we represent this in a heat map while the tractor is working and while the machine is doing its work. So big data is coming in and it's visualized in a very easy way. That's also what Run Simple is about. Yeah? Lots of data is today in silos, but the innovation is where we bring it together and where we can do further analysis and more in-depth views of that data. Now, having the machine working is one thing, but we need to link it also with weather forecasts. We're working in the field, so if it's raining, and we can look at it, if it's raining or going to rain, then we might need to reschedule certain tasks. So in doing that, we can analyze the weather forecast that has entered into the system. And you can see here that the system will analyze also the number of affected fields while we see that a certain storm or rain is passing over our fields. Again, interesting information from an outside source, because we can drill down again into our fields and visually see our activities that are planned. Now, of course, if it's raining, it doesn't make sense that we start watering the fields. It doesn't make sense that we put insecticide on the field, because it will flush away, and that's lost money. That's not what we want. So the planning aspect is integrated into the application. The forecasting with what-if analysis is directly integrated in a very intuitive way. Now that's not where it ends. It ends where we can start doing the analysis. We put fertilizer on the field, we did the seeding and so on. But we want to analyze whether it was good, whether these fields are profitable. And that's what Lumira is providing us by analyzing the big data from the field, from all the sensors that we have. So if we take a look at one of the fields, we see the division of corn, the division of wheat and so on. So we see where the fields are, which are green, the very profitable fields. The yellow ones are not that profitable, and the red ones are maybe an indication that we should put something else on that field. Of course, we have collected all the data and we can drill down to the root data itself, and we can look at the optimization in order to do better next year or to plan activities in a different way. We get an overview of our history, we get an overview of the activities that were planned in that history, and we can look at the tractor that has done its work on the field, and maybe we can say, well, look, here we had difficulties on the field, so I might need to do some irrigation, or I need to tell to the guy running the fertilizer that he should put more fertilizer on those pieces. Okay, that was part of the demo, and I think what we learned here is that we can be innovative on our HANA Cloud platform by bringing all the data together and showing it in a very intuitive, easy way. And that's what this talk is all about. Thank you very much.